It's Tanya with End Covert War. It's about 3:13 p.m. August 10th, 2018. And guess what I just found out? I'm in a competition. I am in a competition, apparently with the Haitian community within South Florida and various locations throughout the world. My name is Tanya Thomas. There is only one Tanya Thomas. I don't have a twin. I am not a Siamese twin. I am one person. I've always been one person. Okay, and I have one name, and that name never changed, and I was never married. Okay, so understand that you can't compete with me because I'm not in your rat race. You can't compete with me because I choose not to participate in your race war, okay, your gender war. I will not participate with your petty wars, your black wars, your white wars. I will not participate in your opera wars. I will not participate with your cooking wars. Any wars, okay, in your country wars. I march to the beat of my own drum. And I did not anticipate groups of individuals who thought that I was smart enough to compete. I was singly smart enough to compete against groups of people. Here's the issue. I am not a group. I am one person, and I am not in your rat race. You understand me? And in addition to that, if you decide to if you do decide to compete against me as a group, just know that you will never win that race, because we don't have the same taste. We don't have the same visions. We don't have the same goals. And so you can't beat me. You can't beat Tanya Thomas at being herself. You can't beat me at my own thoughts. So to say, you know what, this particular clone of Tanya managed to, I don't know, travel the world. And I'm like, well, who said that the original Tanya wanted to travel the world? So again, I'm not sure who is working to distract you from your main goals, because that's what it sounds like. It sounds like somebody wants to throw confusion and distraction within your own life. And they know that they can bait you as a black person with competition, but understand that you can never compete against me, because you will never beat me at being me. You understand? My goal in life isn't to be who you are. My goal is not to compete with you. If I have my reservations about my talent, beauty, intelligence, then that's my own business. I could care less about what you think you are in terms or in comparison to me, because you'll soon find out that I don't really pay attention to you as much as you think that I do. I mean, if I notice you, I do. If I don't, I don't. Out of sight, out of mind. And if I compliment you, I do. And if I don't, I don't. If I'm aware of you, if I pray for you, I do. And if I don't, I don't. I'm not sure who is creating this AI program to deter. Okay. Mind you, I'm dealing with perpetrators that are using the BCI technology, body area networks, microchips, leads, sensors, neurological monitoring. Whew. Anyhow, to be honest with you, don't compete against me, because my life was taken over 36 years ago, and it was also taken over 10 years ago. So you will never be able to see the true Tanya. My looks and appearance were altered. I'm not as I mean, the shade of my color is different. I mean, they're suffocating me practically every day, so you will never see the necrotic veins that are within my body to understand that I don't breathe okay? And when I check my vitals, there's always an error sign. Go to the hospital. They're always like, are you alive? Because, we're just not getting the pulse from you. And they allow you to breathe enough to stay alive. And who knows what nurse they paid off to watch to use whatever telemetry to keep you barely breathing. I don't know who I pissed off, and I don't give a shit. I just think it's pretty dirty that you would have to go this far to tear my life down. Now again, I'm pretty nice, and I'm not sure who I pissed off, but I'm pretty sure everyone needs to know they're not attacking me at 36. They were attacking me at 5, at 10, at 15. So I'm pretty sure you would have to act. I'm pretty sure you understand that a 5-year-old can't take the responsibility for grown-ass adults and the shit that they would do to children inside of a hospital setting, okay? And so understand all of the attacks that I'm dealing with didn't start when I was 36 or 15, okay? I was under attack since I was born. So again, don't get distracted. Worry about your family. Build your home. In fact, let me stop telling you what you should do. You are in control of what you should do. If you want to compete against me, go ahead. There's not much activity going on anyway. I mean, if you want to compete against me, let's see who has the biggest puncture wound or laceration mark, or let's see how much steps that you can take in one day. If you're competing against me, you need to compete against the pain in my arm, in my femur bone, in my hip, in my sockets, in my joints. And you need to compete against me with the emotional damage that was caused by all the agencies that are involved. You need to compete against me with the burn marks, the RF frequency burn marks. And let's compete against how many times you had to take a drive to the hospital after being badly burned by someone's covert use of radio frequency and ultrasonic weapons. Let's see how many times you had to hear police sirens and street theater and noise campaigns in your black area versus when you stayed in Miami Beach and they just couldn't use those tactics against you because the Jewish people would be in uproar. Let's compete against how many people were paid to target you. I win that battle. I win, okay? 17,000 plus people were paid to target me. So I know you and I should know that I win at least one battle. Tanya Thomas has been targeted, and they paid more informants than they can count, okay? So if you want to compete against me, compete against my misfortunes, because that's what I'm currently dealing with. Recuperating from the pain of blunt trauma to the head and traumatic brain injuries after attempting to resume with my work schedule, and now having to recuperate from having like I said, blunt trauma to the head, as well as various I don't know, allergic reactions to the polymer, hydro, gloopy, glop, whatever they're pushing down our throats. I'm almost afraid to drink water. I'm almost like why don't we at least come to one agreement? Why don't we file a class action lawsuit against anyone claiming that we are taking showers with water, okay? Because H2O, I'm pretty sure what's coming down our faucets is an H2O. I'm pretty sure what we're drinking is an H2O. And if there's one scientist among you bitch-ass gossipers, please let me know, because we should at least be able to find out, what we're drinking. We don't want the whole Flint situation to happen here, as if it's not happening already. But again, I know it's Friday. You're probably having fun coming from work and headed to somewhere cool and amazing. I won't be. I'm exhausted. Sorry I know this sounds like a poo-poo video, but I just thought, I'm not sure who's spearheading this project, but I am not a group. I am one individual, and who was targeted for 36 years of her life, okay? And I don't think it's fair to say that a group of you should strategize against me, because that's not what we're on this planet for. We're not on this planet to compete against each other for every aspect of our lives. I mean, we have the Olympics, we have sports, and yes, some days you are mentally aware that you're competing against your peers, but and again, I'm not moved by it. I'm not, meaning I'm not like, stop what you're doing. I'm just saying, for fairness sake, I'm just one person. So if you're coming together in a group to strategize how you can beat Tanya at doing what, I come up with things every day. I'm a creator, I'm an inventor at heart, I'm an entrepreneur at heart. So to think that you can be me would be ridiculous. I mean, and some days I take breaks. I mean, I'm pretty sure if Richard Branson was horribly attacked, his business wouldn't come to a stop, but I'm pretty sure his thoughts would go towards his health. And I remember just working on my brand, 1804 Clemas, I was being struck, and I remember just crawling on the floor, writing notes just on the floor in pain. But it was, I was pressed for time, and I had to get the information that I needed to build my brand. So, those things happen where you push to the limit, where you push beyond the pain, but you can't push beyond brain injuries with simultaneous emotional baggage while you're being attacked with ultrasonic weapons that are mounted on elementary schools, that are striking you and your family, making it impossible, where you have millions of slugs embedded in your ground, leaching towards your direction with the pulses that are possibly in stingrays and in the squad cars of police departments. I mean, you have everything. If everything is being shot at me and you think you're in a competition with me, you think it's fair for a group of individuals that are not being targeted, okay? Not jointly and not singularly targeted, okay? Dealing with remote rape attacks, burn marks, a broken femur, okay? A broken scapular, hip pain, a dislocated jaw, with the left orbital walls that are caving and collapsing, and you think you're in a competition with me. You think you're in a competition with me. Right. Don't fool yourself. Don't fool yourself.